Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series
There. Climb the stairs.
of
Go
Enderal.
to the statue and speak with the Grand Master. No idle talking, no stupid gazing. Right?
What defines gazing as stupid?
Very well. The entire third and fourth sigils are gathered in there, so show some respect.
Sigils?
And now, walk
Sigils.
west, sister.
Sigils. From the Latin word sigil. Actually, that I don't know how the Romans would say it. Okay, have we been here before? Hi guys. I'm doing very smart gazing right now. Hello. Can I talk to you guys? Do you let me just switch into walking mode. There it is. Aspirants, hello.
Hey, wait a minute, you...
What?
Never mind.
What is it?
Oh, you're an
Oh,
Outlander, aren't you?
Shut up.
From
Shut
Kira.
up. No, from
Your skin, it looks...
Yes.
different.
Yes. From my own skin. Hi. Yeah, am I supposed to be here, guys? Do I need to kneel?
It is
Farewell.
time. Come forward, prophetess. I know what you are feeling. Mistrust. For it is the first time in the history of the Order that a stranger will receive the holy consecration. You consider it a treason against our charter, and therefore against us all.
What?
And indeed,
Oh.
it is true that traditions have strengthened the Order. We have ruled this land for millennia, and for millennia we have prevailed. And I know that what happened 2 years ago has unsettled you. Yes, we are in a crisis. Yes, our foundation seems to be shattered. And now you believe that I profane even what little is left by consecrating a pathless one. But you are wrong. It was always people who have given strength to the Order. People like you and me. Yes, we did serve the Lightborn, but because they embodied an idea. The idea of peace through stability. And even now, after their demise, we will pursue this idea. We are facing a threat that endangers the world as we know it. And to fight it, we need one thing above all others, the readiness to make sacrifices for the greater good. This woman, like Novice Sakaresh, has shown this readiness. She is talented and has a gift, and thus carries responsibility. But instead of running from this responsibility, she faced it, found us. She passed the holy trial just as we all did, and therefore she is worthy of joining our ranks. Consecrated ones, repeat my words. This is the day when my old me dies away. For today, I receive the sigil.
Can I just point out that your peace through stability is a false peace?
This is the day when my old me dies away. For today I receive the sigil.
From now on, I live to protect, by sword and mind, the path, my land, and those who are without strength.
Because you might as well point out that restlessness is born out of oppression, and that's basically what your guys are founded on. Not that we didn't know this before, of course.
From now on I live to protect, by sword and mind, the path, my land, and those who are without strength.
Until death absolves me from my duty.
Or I kill you. Or something. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen.
Until death absolves me from my duty.
Thus, you are elevated to keepers of the first sigil. Rise. Now let us all recite the holy words. Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy path I will honor, in life as in death.
May your light guide me.
me. Leave now, brothers and sisters, and rest. We will need our strength.
I'll also need my cloak. Who took it? You jerks? Seriously, it's hard to find them. Let me see. Yeah, type. Type is what I need. For the head, right? Yeah, there it is.
Go and get your armor at the Temple's Forge. After that, meet me in the Emporium. There's news.
That's rich. I'm not gonna wear something different. What are these sigils?
Ranks. After a novice has passed the trial, he is raised into the first sigil, and over the course of years, if he proves to be worthy, into higher ranks, up to the fourth sigil, which is held by the Truchessa and the Grandmaster, me.
He pronounces it properly. So that's it. I'm now a keeper of the order?
Of the first sigil, yes. Our masters will teach you. Our smiths will equip you. That is all that I wanted.
Well, I think it might be more than that. See you then.
Warg Blessed.
Bok bok bok. He pronounced it properly. Hey! So, why are you still... Where'd she go? Did she leave? Hey.
Walk blessed.
Bok bok. Oh, there she is. Hey.
Warg Blessed, prophetess.
Indeed. Hey. Hello.
And that's it. It feels strange.
Yeah, we're not used to repeating words for no reason, are we?
Yes, kind of. You know, for the past 7 years, I have lived for this moment. And now I'm here.
Wait a minute.
It's peculiar.
So it feels strange to you?
Anyhow, let's talk when there's something new to talk about. Walk blessed, sister.
Bok bok. Indeed. Is that all? I think that might be all. Why is there sounds? Oh, I need to go to the smith. Hey. Yeah, he doesn't say anything else. I need to go to the smith, but I don't understand why he would be... This Corarium. He would be our marker. Get the Keeper's garb in the Temple's Forge and meet Taylor in the Emporium to discuss the next steps. Now that explains it. So this is the optional. It's down there. So I'll see you later. And I think it stopped because I'm just here. These look like doors, but they're not. Oh, wait a minute. This is the Emporium? Temple's Forge. How do I get there? I suppose through there. Let's go. Yeah, never mind that I'm sprinting away from this.
Yes.
Nobody minds that. It's fine. Hi. Just aspirants all over the place. And that's the way out. Although I think I might need to go, yes, back outside into the courtyard and into the armory or wherever we're going. I don't perfectly recall where it would be. It doesn't matter, of course, because quest markers. But I don't remember getting equipment up here. Well, that'll be over there. Down there.
Walk blessed.
Ah. Yes. I recall being here. Yes. It's also the middle of the night, which is a bit of a problem. Hopefully he's awake, or she's awake. I don't know who it'll be. See what we have over here. Bless you.
Blesses the swords.
Okay, I think I'll be okay with opening any of this. Oh, this is an easy one.
I have to remember that.
Are you sleeping in your... Are you talking in your sleep and you're trying to remember things?
Now, if it isn't the notorious prodigy. Halder Stronghand, blacksmith of the Holy Order by my path. Pleasure to meet you.
The Grandmaster said I can get my armor here.
Ah, right. The highly debated new keeper. You suddenly have caused some uproar. I'll give you that. So, robes, mail, or plate?
Oh, robe, mail, yes.
Fine, here you go. And no matter what you think of all this, wearing this armor is an honor. Get that into your head. Most of us had to wait decades for it.
Well,
Walk blessed.
Surprise to you as well. I am more than 2 decades old, I assume. So I have also waited decades for that. So look at that. Look at me, stripping the meaning out of your words. Let's see what she gave me. Light City Guard Cuirass. That just... Is that it? That sucks. I suppose I can just sort by quality because they all suck. city guard boots. And we got some light city guard cuirass and a hat or whatever. Can I? Yeah, there it is. Why is it not like that? Well, that's an interesting... that's an interesting, sort of, look at it. Was that all? Is there no gloves? They didn't give me gloves? Huh. I suppose it's just if I look up CD. Yeah, they didn't give me gloves. It's fine with me. So going back to the Emporium, sprinting my way back there, so we can talk to Terran or Telon or whatever. Please stop that. Thank you. Is it through here? I think either way works. I'll go into the back. It's fine.
Met.
Thank you very much. Instead of saying the same old, same old.
Malphas's blessings.
Indeed. I thought the loading would be a little bit faster, considering the outside is the one that's bigger.
They have. You know how these bureaucrats are, but they will do it.
Very good. Thanks for your efforts, my friend.
Don't mention it. I just hope you know what you're doing. You know, many see the course the Order has taken since you came back as...
You're the one they call the prophetess, aren't you?
Narazul's mages in the
Congratulations on
temple,
passing the
an
trial.
outlander as a keeper.
I guess.
It's a lot to take in.
I know, Jorik. But someone has to deal with the threat. And if we don't, no one will.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
I was kind of curious to see what these bureaucrats were, or who they were. Can I talk to you, sir?
So, you actually made it, Prodigy. Congratulations. Even though I'm not sure everyone is as glad about that as the Grand Master.
You mean you think the Grand Master is the one that's gladdest about it? Huh. You guys seem to know each other really well, right?
Well, I suppose you could say that, yes. Natara, Tealor, and I passed our novitiate together.
So the three of you all joined the Order at the same time?
You make it sound as if the Order is some kind of mercenary guild. You don't join the Order, you're chosen for it.
That's
Both
how you join.
Aranthiel and I come from a bloodline older than the stones of this temple.
I think maybe
It
lost
was
in
our
translation
path
there.
to become keepers, and we followed it. It wasn't much of a choice.
Yeah, that's not what the word join means. You need to read a little bit more. Maybe you need to learn from those bureaucrats that you seem to not belong to or something. So just you and Aranthal then. How about the Truchessa?
That's a different story, and not one for today.
So how about... Oh, but... How about you? You don't seem ready to burst with gladness about my consecration either. Did he actually say the word burst?
Should I? I don't know if you deserve to be here. Sakaresh does. She has proven it for close to 10 years now. But you... Maybe there is something to the Grand Master's talk about you being one of these emissaries. And maybe you can indeed help us in some way. But you're still an outsider. No matter which crest you wear on your armor,
They really
that
should-
won't change.
They really should use the word foreigner, because I'm pretty sure that's what that means all over the game, and it is really weird
You
that they
make
don't
it-
that they
it
don't
was
say
our
the word
path
foreigner.
to become keepers, and we followed it. It wasn't much of a choice.
So if you and Aranthiel became keepers together, did you also serve in Inodan like him? Did you fight in the Great War?
No. But enough of the chit-chat. I'm really not in the mood for it. Good luck with whatever the Grand Master has planned for you.
Yes, good luck to you as well. See you later. Hey, Grandmaster, that guy doesn't like you very much. I get the impression he doesn't like you very much. Don't look at me like that. You should know this already. Also, you need a little bit of trimming on the anyway, what are we reading today? Oh, I see. The Book of Oblivion. What is it called? I don't remember. That's the symbol, of course, of Oblivion over there. Oh, that's magic. It's meant the legacy of the Pyreans. The most recent very troubling events on all of Vin and now also in Enderal make it necessary to gather the all too long just fragmentarily available and tightly guarded knowledge about the Pyreans. Okay, Okay, what do we have over here? The supreme authority of the Pyrean Empire was the highest being with a capital B. I suppose that means they are a different race. That's why it's said like that. It was not a man or a woman, but rather a child, chosen from their ranks. The Pyrean believed that the soul, which sustains and holds together the very universe itself, could be locked inside the child's body through a ritual. Wait a minute, the soul sustains the universe? Like, I guess that would certainly go... I think that goes in line with what we saw in our vision before. You know, of us just being... dying at the bottom of the sea. Very specifically at the bottom of the sea. The people follow the vision, you know, so I say very specifically because we have been at sea already during this game. The people follow the visions of the highest being blindly. From them originated the two ruling priestly castes of the Ishian and Dilgar, since the Empire Pyrrha was since the Empire Pyrrha was an aristocracy similar to Vin under the Lightborn. On top of these castes, 3 sun priests were elevated who were reading the visions of the highest being, interpreting and deciphering them. It was them who held the actual power over Pyrrha, thanks to their knowledge about all that was happening and had yet to happen. This reads very much like this should read like mythology, which it does sort of read like that, but it doesn't sort of read like that. It definitely reads like mythology, which is great, but unfortunately it really should be more like, for example, let's see, from them originated 2 ruling priestly castes on the Ishian of the Ishian and Dilgar. That, for example, those 2 castes would be maybe 2 different people rather than castes altogether. Rather than people, them being people, they would be like, I don't know, mana-derived essences that would then permeate everyone, for example. Like, it's just wildly misinterpreted reality. That's how mythology can be read in fiction. And it doesn't seem like that is the case. I think this mythology here is taken very much at face value. And there were people of these castes, and that word caste there has the same exact meaning, and it is taken at literal value, when in reality it doesn't. Even normal words that we use, like day-to-day words, like a bathhouse, for example, would have a completely different meaning and a completely different place in such a distinct society. It has a completely different meaning and place if you look at like ancient Greece texts, Hellenic texts, for example. You see the difficulty that exists in translating Hellenic texts to modern languages, because the words are used in such different ways and have such different weights to them and such different charges. And let alone in a completely different race. On one of the last mentioned theories, says that the castes of the Ishian and Dilgar started a devastating war, it says war over there, yes, with each other, and eventually perished because of it. It is still disputed which one of the 2 sides could have dug up the hatchet. For their mutual massacre and hate, they were hit by the punishment by the gods, and their people were doomed. Yet it is rumored, mostly in shady places, that this theory was created in pretense to serve political purposes. I feel that these books should really be a lot more condensed than they are, to keep me interested in them, to be honest, as a sort of skimming through. They take a long time to read, and I think even the normal player that is not on camera would... you can, of course, pause the video and read, but I feel that even the normal player would just skim through them. Which I have fun skimming through them, and they are mostly realistically written, but unfortunately, realistic history books are really bad for video games. Like, for example, I can't move the mouse, but I can tell you, for example, for their mutual massacre and hate, they were hit by the punishment of the gods, and their people were doomed. That's a really cool line. The one that comes after, yet it is rumored, mostly in shady places, that this theory was created in pretense to serve political purposes. That, while it is realistic, like you'd see this in an actual history book or a book written by a historian, that's just not a sentence that grips the a player of a game, basically. That needs to be way condensed, or even just implied in other sentences. Let's see. These kind of explanations are numerous as grains of sand on the beach. All of them are less like historical truths, but rather like tales told to make people pleasantly shiver. It will probably forever be a mystery how this glorious culture... How do you know it's glorious? You know... Yeah, again, this all is written very realistic, down to the divisions of the paragraphs. That's fantastic. These books are really fun to just skim through. Unfortunately, reading them, it's a little bit more of a labor. I will still read the other one, that I promised I would read. It will probably be forever a mystery how this glorious culture found its sudden and devastating end, the myth of the forgotten folk. Yeah, that's the LDR right there. So,
Prophetess, did you find your way around?
I guess I can't call him Teldor now, or Taylor, or whatever. I guess so. I got a quest marker. You wouldn't know.
Good. It is important that you get adjusted to this place. It will be the base of all operations to come. Right now, we are still in the dark as to the true nature of this cycle. All we have are fragments, but we will change that. There are 2 trails we have found. I want you to go after both of them.
Sounds good.
The first one has to do with the stone fragments from Old Rashengrad. Pegast has not yet told you, but all of them together form a so-called sigilled stone, which we urgently need. The Arcanists have already put it together, but we still lack a part of the ritual to activate it. And for that, we need the memory of a dead person. The second trail revolves around a discovery we made in the Heartland. It could be a significant, if not the only prospect we have in this fight. Where do you want to start?
I mean, I'm good with either. I suppose let's go with the one that's on top. I'll start with the stone. What do we need it for?
It's simple. I've told you that the Pyreans knew about the cycle, and that they too battled it before they vanished. The sigil stone was a magical defense they created to protect themselves from the Red Madness.
How?
Through small fragments that segregate once a certain ritual is performed on it. Wear one of these fragments and it will serve you like a shield for your spirit. The stone won't produce enough for all citizens of Ark, but enough for all of us keepers and the guard. The problem is that we lack knowledge about this ritual.
I see.
And those who have it have been dead for millennia.
I see.
Correct. The entire plan revolves around a discovery which is exhibited in the Chronicum. The frozen corpse of a Pyrean, which a fisherman found adrift in the Northern Sea some years ago.
And we somehow have to access his memory?
Yes. The ice prevented his body from decaying. But go to the Chronicum and speak to Archmagister Maragil. He will be able to explain it better than I can.
Okay, did I explore a little bit of an issue here? I am really curious to see what the body of the Pyrean looks like. I really am curious, because I don't remember if I explored something that I'm just gonna touch on very quickly. There is, I think I might have talked about historical bias before, and what it means. It's a very complex issue, and I'm not gonna go into it again, because it's not actually related to this. But I think I might have talked about what I'm about to talk about when I mentioned it. And the thing is, there's a tendency for us to, when we look at history, to look at cycles. And this storyline might be based on that tendency. Those cycles are actually incorrect. Or rather, they're biased cycles. They are not... how should I put it? They're never cycles for the future. They're just cycles of interpreting the past. So you might have heard of just like, oh, empires rise and fall and all that, and people look at, oh, it's the Roman Empire, and then came the Ottomans, and then France or whatever, and all of that is always about just looking for meaning in the history, and you're not actually looking at it in the full sense. There it is. You're not actually looking at it in the full sense of the word. Or in the full sense of the history. You're rather just sort of, oh, okay, well, I guess we had empires that rose and fell, So we can look at some. There's some meaning in that, right? When in reality the empires were very different, and we just call them the same, and we just group them up together despite them being very different. And maybe we even avoid some other empires that could be called empires. We just don't call them like that because of historical reasons, and that's where historical bias comes from. Now, the cycle in this game, I mentioned before that it only makes sense from an historical perspective, and when I say historical, I mean actual pragmatic perspective, if it actually kills everyone. If the cycle means killing everyone and leaving like a couple of just disgruntled people who don't have memories of the past, any memories of the past, or just don't know how to write, they might not know how to write, or leaving only babies to repopulate or whatever somehow or something. I don't know how that would go, but you need to need a clean break. If people don't even you can't say there's a cycle and just say, okay, well, the Egyptians came and now we don't know what they like. We know more or less Egyptian language. There's like 3 different ones, the written language, I mean, but you know, we don't, or the Mayans for example, we don't understand their written language, or fully anyway, at all. But oh, we're big and stuff, and now there's us, and we're gonna die like they did. You can't call that a cycle, because what about everything else that happened at the same time as the Mayans, and it happens at the same time as us right now? Or just the groups are completely made up, right? So it needs to be on a racial level, on a species level. It needs to have everyone died and then born anew and take on a more catastrophic way. And also because it is very much what he's talking about when he says the cycle and we're gonna die and all that sort of stuff. That is on a species, an extinction level event, and not a situation where, oh, it was just, you know, a group of people that got very good and very big technology, and then they went back to not knowing how to write, because that actually makes no sense. Why would people who had a lot of technology go back to not knowing how to write? How would that actually work? Of course, if the game explains that, then I'm good for that. But I think, considering what I've said about this game and the writing, I think the writers wouldn't worry about explaining that, about explaining how the Pyreans, if they are indeed like us, if they are indeed humans, or human like us, we're not humans, we're like whatever races exist. If they are indeed like us, or if they were indeed like us, I don't think the writers will bother explaining how they went back to not knowing anything, especially with all the Pyrean ruins all over the place. And if they are indeed but more importantly, if they are indeed our like if they are our parents, basically. I don't think that is the case. Hopefully, maybe they look like us, but hopefully they're just not our parents at all. Like, we share no genetic material, just through magic we look the same. And by magic I mean through the problem of animating and creating 3D models and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. Hopefully that body will be support the excavation, find it. There it is. So we're going there. That's the one. Hopefully it'll look like a completely different enemy, or I say enemy, a completely different entity. But anyway, we're out of time for the day. I don't see any quest marker. I don't know what's gonna happen there. But for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Enderal. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.